Sierra Leone is indeed a land rich in natural resources, including diamonds, gold, bauxite, and rutile, along with a vast potential for agriculture and fisheries. However, the shadows of its past, most notably the brutal civil war from 1991 to 2002, continue to haunt the nation. The war, fueled by corruption, economic disparity, and the infamous Blood Diamond, left deep scars on the social, political, and economic fabric of the country. The politics of grievance, characterized by deep-seated resentment and divisions along ethnic, regional, and partisan lines, remains a dominant force in Sierra Leone's political landscape. These grievances often stem from historical injustice, perceived marginalization of certain groups, and the legacy of corruption and nepotism in government. As a result, the political discourse and interactions in Sierra Leone are frequently charged with mistrust and antagonism, impeding efforts to build a unified national identity. This fractured political climate has significant implications for nationhood and development. The continuous cycle of blame and counter-blame between political parties has diverted focus from critical developmental policies and reforms. Public institutions struggle with inefficiency and corruption, further eroding citizens' trust in the government. Consequently, national unity remains elusive, with regional and ethnic loyalties often taking precedence over a collective national identity. The lack of a cohesive national vision undermines development efforts, as political instability discourages foreign investment and disrupts long-term planning. Social cohesion is also compromised, with communities remaining divided along political and ethnic lines. For Sierra Leone to progress towards true nationhood and sustainable development, it is essential to address these historical grievances, promote inclusive governance, and foster political culture that prioritizes national interest over partisan gain.
Yes. Fumble them on a good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Afumam piari. And many Bonesia. Yana Kawiena. Today I'm asking a question, and I will not offer the answer to the question, but I will discuss issues them and allow Sierra Leoneans for make a judgment. Because instead of we look at the issues in Sierra Leone, we most times they only see the actors behind the issues. I make 60 almost years of independence. We still dip and draw. Anyway, me co-host is still there, Allen. So I not think una go see him till next week. The man take leave. How for do? Today, I ask a very serious question. And my question, get no malice bien. I ask this question for create a platform for make Sierra Leoneans and begin look at issues and understand the reason we make some things then they happen in our country. Some of them things here get cultural reason. Some get economic reason. Some get foreign influence. Some are connected with resources. All them here, now then they happen, we make what they feel say politics not a good thing. Politics is a good thing where the people get a platform where defined and straightforward. Where the people have several platforms operating together, it just feel like where people and they drive motor car, rules not there about how for driving on the road. We therefore expect accidents. So my question today is, Julius Maada Wonnie, the man at State House, the man we know as President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, whether he's there legally or illegally, not so me concern. Is he a curse or a blessing to Sierra Leone? I go repeat them. Julius Maada Wonnie, head of state of the Republic of Sierra Leone. Legitimate or illegitimate, it does not matter. Is he a blessing or a curse to Sierra Leone? As I say, I no go answer either of the two. But I go come with certain things them. Let we all begin think and see and ask ourselves. Maybe in the process of asking ourselves, we go get the answer. And I think whichever way we answer them, it will help it will help the country. Because we cannot continue like this. A country not supposed to be a den of criminals. A country not supposed to be a place of death. A country not supposed to be a place of troubles for the citizens. It's supposed to be a place outside everybody they say, okay, Agladi Adena me home. Happiness is a measure in different way. Some people without money, if they get colat, they're able to go na them backyard, then dig them cassada, then get the plantain, then get them mango tick, then get out in and they eat for the day. They are happy. Some people, I like you get all the money in the world, is still not happy. But now the responsibility of the state, any state, for provide a platform whereby all man go able work and enjoy happiness at your own level and on your own wish. Do we have that in Sierra Leone? No. Is happiness in Sierra Leone? Yes, for a very few. A country not for be so. A country for be a place to say the greater good. What I say greater good? What do you mean? The majority of the people in any place we'll call a country for at least get access to the basic minimum we go make them able live day to day without too much worries. This is why today I'm asking, is Julius Maada Onibio a blessing or a curse? As I say, I know the answer that question. It's up to the public to answer. But I want let the public listen carefully because I count certain things. Some of them na philosophy, some na culture, some connect with the resources. And the other thing I want let the public know, all of them things here what they talk about so today, then don't they happen from 1950 to now. Even before we get independence, this be done they happy. But one thing about life, what do they call change, is different from what you can call progress. Change they happen all the time. Change can be towards good things. Change can be towards bad things. And what in a change? Change now a kind of situation where people then they accept when it come. And that situation, there's something they were the influence them. Change not just they happen by accident or not to magic. If people then be not used for the drink or mole, if they were sober people at one point in time, well behaved, etc., then continue for drink or mole, after some time, change they happen where they make the all unlucky. Some man go get liver problem and other things. That's change for the bad or the worse. Change can be people them poor. They not get nothing, but they say, let's hold up together. Let we see, let all man they contribute this, let all man they do this, so that we go change with condition. Sometime in the future, it no matter whether na next tomorrow or next year or in the next decade, things get better. Then people away not being able to get food for it. Now they can afford to buy cars, they can ride aeroplane, etc., etc. That's change for the future towards progress. In Sierra Leone, we don't they get change from 1950s, but the change has gradually been backward. And the worst thing where that change don't do, because the change constant. The pikin them were born between 1950 and now, that change now them know as correct. So now take the average age. Let us look at the average age in this present government. That's why at times when we say, hey, it's time for the youth, I can say, but this is the most what the way people learn they talk. The youths of Sierra Leone have been brought up in a situation where change has always been backward. The youths of Sierra Leone have been brought up in a situation where egoism, misuse of funds for affluence, now the sine qua non, now the habit, now the culture. This is what they know. If these people don't do better, if we expect them for do better, they not do them. Can't we sit down and ask, where is it we are not getting it right? I deliberately they ask about Julius Maada because, for all I know, in time span in this life, the only thing we understand how to make fake bluff, and with a see a man who some years back could not afford anything. Now they wear 50,000 watch. They drive 100 almost 1,000 car. Do we blame him? I don't think so. Maybe the people want to, well, you they talk, why you not behave so? Possibly because I took time to ask certain pertinent questions and get the answers. Another side of it is maybe I dey talk to una, but make una feel say I am the straightest guy. The day una give me public office, I do the same thing. But una no worry about that. I no want public office. So I no get for do am. My question here and the discourse here is about the culture we don't build na Sierra Leone. My question here, the discourse here is about what do we take from with traditional settings who they misuse. There is a lot from our traditional settings that is being misused in the name of politics. Yes, we know. In those days, when people were living in clans, they needed protection. I mean, get one bully when I know the leader, he gets in talk them. They will go all over the place doing as they like because they protect the people. But in this modern day and age, we were able to revise and modernize some of their habits. Rather than we revise and modernize the habits, we dey run cantic with man habit and culture where we no understand. We go mix out with we own. We want to have democracy, but at the same time, naturally, we are autocrats. This is the crisis we have in Sierra Leone. We want to have democracy. Everybody they shout for democracy. And democracy is good for everybody. The only thing about Sierra Leone is democracy is only an issue where we not sit down at the seat. The minute we sit down there, we turn autocrats. So my question again goes, is Julius Maada a blessing or a curse? Why I say a blessing? Maybe it is the extreme of a situation what we don't build up over the decades. Now we see the real perfection of that ugly situation where we they deny all the time. Because in Sierra Leone, we all they deny. Everybody is perfect. It's the next man that is always not perfect. Everybody is good. It's the next man that is always not good. That denial, we will not able to sit down and say, Bo, then things how they happen. So it's not good for we all. How go correct them? Now we don't get a perfect situation where they manifest what you will be done, they deny. So it may be a blessing for us to begin to understand that, oh, we have been wrong all along. Can we sit down and look back and see what we can do to make a change, for make we begin go in a different direction? Julius Maada did not take himself to power and go sit down there by God. No. Now we elect him. No face that. Now we elect him. Whether he gets the majority vote or not, it no matter. He has support. And he still has support. But the question is that support representative of that geographical area we call Sierra Leone? If it's not representative of the geographical area, why Have we ever sat down to ask this question? Have we ever sat down to look at why is it that APC and SLPP always seem for their at loggerheads? Do we even understand the cultural implication of that relationship? Because if we cannot ask these questions, if we cannot address these issues, whatever is happening today is going to grow, become more perfect until thy kingdom come. We can only reverse what is happening in Sierra Leone when we sit down and rationally ask, why is it that we keep doing the same thing, expecting different results? It's time we look at our cultures. It's time we look at our resources and who are involved in the management of our resources. It's time we look at maybe we're understanding of Western modes of governance. Yes, we may want to say, oh, we have a British system. We don't have a British system. We don't. Let us stop fooling ourselves. If not the Westminster system be the work na Sierra Leone, nobody do all that nonsense here what they do. We have to face the truth of who we are. And facing that truth is what we don't want to do. And let me say one thing. Development is not about who has more money, who has more access to resources. Development is about more people participating in the political economy so that everybody go able produce a good or service where una go add value pa, where then go sell, then money go come. If we get 8 million people and 6 million, they add value to goods and services, they earn income. Let us note the word income, not wage, income, where each person in income, it allow them for pay a minimal tax into a system, then we have no business going to loan money from anybody. But because we don't understand this aspect of development, we think say development is about where you don't sabi book, you get good work, you get small access, thief some money if you can thief, or then pay good salary, you go below, you buy motor car. Yeah, you personally may have developed yourself. But in terms of the collective, you have not, because you go still get your motor car, you then a country you not get water supply, you not get electricity. Yeah, maybe you go say, okay, I go afford for buy generator. Buy generator. One, the noise and pollution. Two, the fuel way they burn every day. It's going to cost you 10 or more times what it been for cost if you dey get power supply from a centralized system. These are the things we are not thinking about. These are the situations we are not making assessments of. That is why, since before independence, we have been going backward. Now we don't reach the climax. The climax is Julius Maada and DBO. It's the perfect manifestation of all the nonsense we don't do, oh Papa then don't do. So dear, let's sit down now we ask, what do we do going forward? Me not the answer, oh. Now I get the answer. Now I get the answer. Now I get the solution. Me I dey provide the ingredients. If you buy like they say low cooker ujo, I don't count me on the ingredients them, I don't show now. Let us ask, What is the cultural background of the man we have at State House? How does that influence his perception about leadership? How does that influence his modus operandi as president? Take the other side of Sierra Leone. Maybe the people from a culture that is largely influenced by Islam. What is the modus operandi there? What is the traditional system like? How many of us understand that Sierra Leone has two basic traditional rulership systems? One being the Islamic mode of governance, when I then get there, alimamis and then kind chieftaincy then they. Then we get the other one that is more or less built around protectionism, the paramount chieftaincy that has the secret societies behind them, that has a military posture around it, will allow them for use any level of impunity and it's accepted. How can we accommodate those two systems and make them into one for Mekugeti Sierra Leone? These are the issues we should be looking at. If we don't look at these issues, we can grumble, we can blame, we can complain, we can do anything until thy kingdom come. It's going to be the same. Now, let me give you a synopsis. Julius Maada is from the region where leadership is more with the protectionist structure and mode. That is what he knows. That is what he is. How do we get him to understand that others up there, those with the Islamic, the Alimami, the more liberal, decentralized mode of rulership, then self matter and then self will be parts of the national matrix? This is where the intellectuals come in. And Amy, this is where Noam Chomsky was right. Noam Chomsky said the intellectuals are not there to work with authority. They are there to criticize authority. You know, mean say we criticize authority, you dey talk against authority, you dey guide authority. All this issue in Sierra Leone, whether in the Allah, tribalism, regionalism, all the isms, look at it critically. What you see is the differentials in mode of traditional authority that some of our brothers who have gone through Western education, who think they are now westernized, want to adopt. In the process, they even fall foul of the system that they are adopting unconsciously. I would say unconsciously. Most of us, we do things in life unconsciously, not knowing that we are doing them because that's how we were brought up. That's who we are. That boy we grow na kurube. I let you go up to doctorate level. If you be done the side and they cost me cost na morning, expect them for cost. That boy we grow outside and shwen then they. I let you not go better school. If you are recourse, they run. That's what life is about. We are a reflection of who we are and how we were brought up. We can change who we are and how we were brought up. But we first get forget and understanding say, this is a problem for me. This is not a problem for me. I'll continue with this, but I'll drop this. So we come back to the issue. If Julius Maada does not care, if he is ruling with impunity, don't we see the cultural connection? Can we get people to talk to him to say, look, mister, yes, you are this, you are that, but you are also for those other people. You are also for that other interest. So you get to modify certain things. The man has said openly over the BBC, meet the country divide, and able unite them. That was a message we should have taken up a long time ago and learned from. But again, learning is a process. Learning is a process. We are learning by the day. Maybe we would learn everything we need to learn. After each term, we may be able to begin to use some of what we have learned to make Sierra Leone a better place. Maybe. Why I say maybe? Because I don't know. We seem forget Ganga is Nasalon. We not to pick up lessons. We not to learn. And that's not good for we. Not good for we at all. We cannot continue to shout it's because of bad leadership. This has always been the sing song in Sierra Leone. We have been crying about bad leadership, bad leadership, bad leadership, bad leadership. And here we are now. How do we call this? Worse leadership or bad leadership? And how do we expect to get good leadership? Because right now, as I talk, we get over, if my assessment is correct, conservatively, we have over 50 people from all the political parties vying for the presidency of Sierra Leone. Yes. APC, then get their own number. SLPP, then get their own number. Although then they suppress some, but you go see them just now. The other small party than they. Why can't we sit down and say, oh, this is what is wrong with us. This is what we need to do. Let us look for those people who seem to be on the balance side. Let we groom them and bring them in. And that brings the question, how do we groom leaders in Sierra Leone? How do we groom leaders in Sierra Leone? Is it by the person's academic qualification? Is it by the person in money we get? If any of them through them they did, we are not grooming a leader. We are doing business. Leadership, now something then they groom. And then now we cultures them. All the ethnic groups them. Before somebody take up chieftaincy, you get to go through a grooming process. And get for teach on certain things. You get to understand certain things. If we have it in our traditional systems, why shouldn't we have it in our national system? And if we are going to have it in our national system, who are the people best suited to do that work? If I may ask. If una want my opinion, it's just my opinion. If una want my opinion, I think It's high time, because of all them things Sewa don't say, it's high time we consider for remove traditional leaders from party politics or Westminster politics, give them a council or a house of chiefs and traditional leaders, because some areas then get for be represented we not get paramount chiefs, like the western area and some other parts. Put them there, give them terms of reference, if possible, have a way to train even those people to not to be partisan, so conflict of interest not go arise, and give them the role of trustees of the nation. Whenever a party don't get in flag bearer, those people should sit down with him, irrespective of which party, no matter whether the person win election or even before the election. The flag bearer appointed by a political party should go and sit with those people, then groom them. Because grooming a leader not to overnight business. Then groom them. So the person they begin learn even before he enter office say, I am going there for Sierra Leone, not for my political party. These are all the issues we have to be looking around. Now I make ask the question. Is Julius Maada Wonnie a blessing or a curse? It's up to you, Sierra Leoneans, to answer that. I see one member, they say, we look at the position of trust they have held and how unbiased, uncorrupt they manage the institutions they control within two different governments. I don't know exactly whom you are talking about. Are you talking about the paramount chiefs or the politicians? Honestly, I get faith in with traditional leaders. I believe say we they stifle them duties by involving them in parliamentary politics and partisan politics, by politicians interfering with the elections of paramount chiefs, etc. We they stifle them duty. If we give them certain levels of freedom, we will see more efficient traditional leaders. Ghana is doing it, and they are seeing the benefit. Kenya is doing it. Botswana is doing it. Then they see the benefits. Maybe for now, we may need to reorientate with traditional leaders. We need to get people them who then get confidence in for listen to, let them put them there and tell them, say, Una get this country because whether elect una in a lifetime. Una for protect the interests of the country more than the politician, because politician now here today, gone tomorrow. Una for protect the natural resources of the country. Una for protect the environment of the country. Una for protect the land of the country. Then we come out with policies, we go guide them out and go about for do that. I am sure they will do their duty, especially if we give them room for say a worthwhile doing it. Not in terms of fiscal reward only, but in terms of how such a system can help them for build them, chiefdom them, and develop them people them. These paramount chiefs want to develop their chiefdoms, but most times they cannot because they don't have the money. They don't have the access. Then they mind their monacono, but how much of the chiefs then they get resources for able to build their areas? Then they mine bauxite, na Moyamba, or most of the chieftain they get access for get resources. Then they mine iron ore, na Potloko, or most of the chieftain they get access. In this country where I am, then get the equivalent of municipality, although it's not lifelong appointment, it's by election, but the municipal is like the chiefdom. Any institution of stature where they operate within any municipality or within an area, the municipalities within that area have what they are profiting from that institution. Very close to me now, you get the second largest dock for supply offshore rig them. And they call the Mongstad Bassa. All the municipalities within this area, they benefit from that. One, in terms of job, priority for the picking them that are these municipalities. Two, corporate social responsibility. Things then they, where the Bassa they do for the municipality. Three, every penny paid as tax by people working in that place, a percentage of them they go to the municipalities. When we create the correct structures, we'll be able to get people to do their jobs properly. Now, lack of systems and institutions, over centralization of power, now make we country not they go before. It's high time we begin to examine these things and ask the necessary questions. Not all time for country don't they complain and blame as if to say God hates we. And I mean the mere himself now other like for blame. We go pan conference in Oxford, you go say for centuries the narrative of Africa has been shaped by outsiders. Yes, we know. What are you doing as head of state? What are the policies that you are thinking of to change that narrative? Have you come up with a policy to change it? Other countries are doing it. Botswana, they will get 50% for the diamonds. Guinea, next door, they have been negotiating for the iron ore on the Nimba Mountains from 1996. Now they come to an agreement. Guinea is going to get 15% up front and another added 20% upon investment by the Guinean government or Guinean nationals. Then they build for them 480 kilometers railway. We know to only iron ore the transport, you get forget passenger and freight service. We cannot be complaining and blaming all the time. Every problem in life has a solution, and most solutions come with benefits if we think of the solution properly. Though we left this cause and effect, blame here, point finger, it's not paying any of us. Now, cause and effect with all left Pante, Koidu yes, Koidu is getting history. I'm not justifying it. But now it's closed. We don't close, so then workman and they don't lost then they're living. And it was a surprise for me when I get to know the basic minimum wage with them guys then they earn. University graduates who are teachers don't earn half of what those guys are earning. I'm not saying right for make them underpay them. I know they say that. I know they say that in any way. But now they've lost everything. If they get for pay themselves, now end of service benefit. After that, what next? And another question we'll get for ask is why this holy bally about Koidu Holdings? Is there a vested interest in the background or not see it? Because when you look at the history of diamonds in Sierra Leone, diamonds had always been the cause of the country. In 1950, when all the mining rights being laid to Sierra Leone Selection Trust, SLST, smuggling started. They take the diamond, go through border into Liberia, then sell them. Then the British and the communists say, okay, let's do something about this. Then come with the Alluvial Diamond Committee, headed by Shaka Stevens, and the secretary to that committee was Albert Magai, then a young lawyer. They came with certain recommendations, and those recommendations were very good. One of them then say, SLST for give land to the people them, let them mine. When they give this land, civil servants, certain paramount chiefs, then take their land there, then begin give to them famble there. They no say them famble they not get the money for mine. They not find a way for build a trust we go make them able afford for mine. They not find a way for say, okay, as people the way the owners of the land, let we go to the banks them, let we ask them for a loan, let we run this thing properly so that in due course we go pay the bank, then we go left with profits and build local equity and develop from there. Instead, they took these lands, gave to their relatives. These relatives went and found middlemen. That middleman business will camp out diamond. Now I make 30, they will not the profit. How can a whole country mine diamonds from 1928 to now in order to show in the country? How can a whole country mine diamonds? What the year done at 20 million, then they account for. Who is fooling who in Sierra Leone? And when you look at, I did some research. When you look at the administration of our natural resources, the first thing we they notice is that accountability is very poor. Poor in the sense that those who control the sales, the valuation, etc., etc., you have so many hands in this one thing that it's not easy for you to hold somebody responsible. Minister of Finance involved, NRA involved, Mineral Agency Authority or whatever they call her involved, that involved. Why, for God's sake, did we close the government gold and diamond office? Why, for God's sake, can't we have a public equity development commission who will be in charge of controlling the resources and the revenues from these resources? Why, for God's sake, should it be a minister who go sign contract on behalf of Sierra Leone? In Norway, the oil contract, not to the government, they sign them, then get an institution for that. When the institution sign the contract, then they report. And the government, they know exactly what they do because they go parliament, then they ask questions, then they do forensic auditing, etc., etc. When they started mining oil in 1969 in Norway, there was no sound structure. Corruption one kind side. And the people then think smart and say, and this not happen. We establish this institution, we put her under the Bank of Norway, separate as a semi-autonomous body. The staff in that place have to be accountable to the bank and to the government through the parliament. They established the Sovereign Fund in 1990. Today, Norway has the largest sovereign fund on earth because transparency and trust there. We all time we defend excuse not for build transparency and trust in Sierra Leone. All time we get excuse. Yeah, this not go work. Yeah, because of this, because of that. But why is it working in other places? Are you saying God made us stupid? If everybody is stupid, I'm not stupid though. And I don't mix me there. We have to do something. And this is the time for me to begin think how we can reverse what thing they go wrong in our country. We don't have to use force to reverse it. We don't have to spill blood to reverse it. There are ways we can sit down and reverse it. Rather than we sit down for look at how for reverse here, instead we'll be happy to call a conference at Bintu Mani for go discuss Rotorata. We call our politics. Ebo, and I know try wake, Salon. I don't sleep long, 64 years now for wake now. 64 years, a long sleep, now for wake. Let the brain them be work. Today, I not get for day too long. Today is Monday. I get for come back on Wednesday. But I don't ask the question. Is Julius Maada Wonnie a blessing for Sierra Leone or a curse? And Allah will find out. Maybe it's a blessing for us. Maybe he's here to awaken us from this mental slumber all the time. And if we not wake up, maybe after it will be a curse for we. But as I say, me know the answer. The answer they told me. I see my brother they say these paramount chiefs were illiterate. The educated few should have guided them. Yes, I agree. At that time, most of the paramount chiefs they would have been give access for get that land control under the alluvial diamond. These were people who were just traditional leaders. Some maybe went up to class 6 in the both school or standard 6. That was reasonable education. Some they didn't even go to school. And as you say, the educated few should have guided them. But there is a problem with that educated few. The Protectorate Assembly that was formed in 1949, now the problem of politics began in Sierra Leone. After the establishment of the Kquoja school, will later become the Bo school, there was this status building that sons and wards of chiefs had special privilege with the British. Then the Protectorate Assembly can sort of consolidate that because the Protectorate Assembly was more about having paramount chiefs sit at Protectorate Assembly level. Anybody who not come up from a ruling house, educated or otherwise, if get for only go there as a proxy of a chief where allow him for go there. That was where part of the division in we politics start. We lead with this APC, SLPP, go so they pan so 30 there. You understand? So there are a lot of things playing in Sierra Leone. It's time we sit down, we ask certain questions, we research certain issues, then we go get the answer, and the answers them go guide we how we go forward. We need for do that for the sake of posterity. If we don't do that, then it's never going to get better. If we don't do what I'm saying, it's never going to get better. It's high time we stop cursing and fighting. Let we do research. Let we find out who side with problem they and solve them. Every problem gets a solution. Every problem in life gets a solution. How you approach them, now they go get the solution, or now the problem will create another problem. Somebody they call, we take this call. Yes, Sankara.
Good evening, sir.
I say, Onibio. I mean, me, I'm not afraid of more.
Now, serious must you ipa so. It's not to this not to kalo one at all,
I mean,
Pajalo.
I for the ask 10 question. A good lady, Harry.
Yes. Say, is Julius a curse or a blessing to Sierra Leone?
It can be both ways. It can be any one of the
Now, a question where the answer will not go able get the answer up to a month, where it will be up to 13 to 14 days where we sit on ya.
Well, una go find out. Una go find out. We go come back and discuss them.
Yes. First and foremost, for today, I go start with one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Sierra Leoneans need for nationalize the mind.
Mm-hmm.
And when we nationalize we mind, that means we don't take the mind from the private sector to the national sector. Then we all don't become Sierra Leoneans.
Okay.
Starting on that issue, I for think Sierra Leone act like that way Sierra Leone for act.
Now let me guide you.
Yes, sir.
Sierra Leone gets
Okay.
a culture, it gets a system, or now the British culture, British system now for using a Sierra Leone.
Well, I make at the come, we not I make I say Sierra Leone need the Sierra Leonean the need for nationalize in mind.
Okay.
That don't show say Sierra Leone non nationalize itself yet.
Okay.
And unless Sierra Leone nationalize itself, we go there, the Sierra Leone go there like how it did so, or even more backward than how it did so. Till the end of the end.
Say,
yes, sir.
If we not try to do something now, let we all come together, it's going to get worse.
When I make bring this point, when we don't nationalize the nation, then we try to be matured, critical thinkers.
Okay.
After nationalization, we be matured, critical thinkers in the sense that after when somebody don't know, say me, now me this, then it's sit down now. If I begin think how it they make up himself for let it be how it for be. This na him not be don't begin it at that country.
Well, sometimes now the chance this. Sometimes it dey me and the blessing, but after I don't do boku bad.
Well, I make plenty time when if you will bring certain issues, 90% can say no, 10% say yes. But that 90% no, if na him before say yes, maybe if we don't begin for think critically. But Sierra Leone will not begin think critically yet, Pajalo. When something happen at Sierra Leone, before somebody erase something, before he sit down, he think, this thing why I so waiting this. How I forgot about them. No, not so for me. This person so Now, one of the issues that we will need for Sudan as a people, we start, when I say Saloma, it's rumor monger. That's one thing. If I see one small country where I respect now the West African sub-region, the Gambian. The Gambian is a national of Gambia. But the Sierra Leonean, we good now so then they call us, say we are good people, Sierra Leoneans, but we don't nationalize, we privatize we country. Then the Sierra Leonean don't know the value of being a citizen of Sierra Leone and the community where they call Sierra Leone, the value of them, that this will not know yet. That critical do get for Sudan as a people, without bias, without vexation, we sit down, that go, if we sit down, we get with open mind, that they should say, Mr. Julius Maada Bio, now a blessing in Kquoja, this country called Sierra Leone. Now a big blessing for Sierra Leone. To me.
Well, I go agree with you by and large. What you make us say by and large?
Yes, sir.
Some of we not believe say the trend where they gone, fet and cause, kill each other, and
Very
therefore
good.
help we.
Not at all.
And I always make it clear say the purpose of still being on social media talking, not to personal interest.
Very good.
It's in the interest of Sierra Leone because some of us, anyhow we live, will not get 40, 50 years anymore.
Not at all.
The longest I can live maybe not 20 years. And there are times in life you get to look at certain issues, you ask yourself, what legacy do I want to leave?
Yeah.
Legacy is not about properties or material things.
No, not at all.
People, then country I will cancel. People then they'll be done do great sacrifice. People then they'll be done say certain things at the time where they say nobody not been like them.
Yeah.
Nobody not been understand them. But today then they see. So yes, it was good that man did that or said that. America, then go talk about George Washington, John Adams, etc., etc.
Yes, yes. Yeah,
In
exactly,
Norway,
sir.
then get the heroes them. And some of these people were never rich people. They were just people who had the audacity to stand and say, this is how we should do it. You understand? And I think, say, now the best legacy where anybody go left, something where generations yet unborn go benefit from. Some of who come on our families, them get money, but Kotali business make them sell all the property.
Well, now it make like this forum where you open. So if we sit down, we decide, we mature enough. You know, you bring one thing about change. You talk about change this evening. Change, not to a static process.
Now it happens
change,
all the time.
Yes, now a continuous process, change. And Sierra Leone, if I can say this, we don't be in a bondage. This bondage was Sierra Leone, we don't be part, even from colonial days.
Before colonial days.
And see,
now
me just
left
put
that's another nice topic for another day.
Another
day. Before colonial days. And that mentality, then they affect we
yes,
even today. Go ahead.
Very
sir.
good. When I make us say, Mr. Julius Maada Bio, to me, now a blessing to the country called Sierra Leone. If we sit down, we think critically, we come together in the national manner, we sit down with open mind, we open our mind as nationals, not as a foreigner. Because when you think privately, you don't think as a foreign person, We just come, I don't now pass at the pass. But if we think nationally, maturedly, this bondage where this country called Sierra Leone be done deeper, would they able to create a change where go lead towards the positive direction? Because the change where they go to Sierra Leone right now, if they go towards the left, when are the minus, the negative direction of the number line.
Yeah.
But by coming together, this bondage where the nation be done deeper, where we then create this, we forefathers then create this nation, we not know which are the essence of a community. Because any nation, any group like a community, Sierra Leone is a community.
It is.
And this community, we then call Sierra Leone. But this question we ask is very critical. And I make us say, we're not able to end inside 1 month. I know say the one day they watch you and they listen. We
will come back to them later.
Exactly, sir. You see, you talk on many things here. You see, Sierra Leone not be not start because it's not national. And how for start this country now? The coming of Mr. Maada Biodon creates this avenue for us, for we.
We can start them. Now we get for be genuine. We get for put down with Wamat.
Very
we
good.
Get for put down with perceptions about each other, because
very good.
Some
yes,
people, their perception is so awkward that at times I can see how these people thinking. Honestly, one thing I want the people to know, I have never borne malice against anybody. A lot of people don't offend me, but I can say, okay, humans can make mistake. I can make mistake, so be it. But people take these things as if to say, if they not get them way, all for well. That's a questionable behavior. It's a questionable behavior.
That is it.
Something wrong with your mental state. If I not get this, well, all think well. Even knows how you the next opportunity get for come out. If you well this one, you know, if not from there, you get your opportunity.
Very good. Well,
something this day in life
we need
you they work for them,
yes,
but not to you they get them.
Get them. Very good.
But you they get a profit from what you do.
Exactly.
You will get a profit in the sense that because you don't create an institution where stable, when people and they benefit from them, then they remember you, then go remember, say, this man in picking them, then picking and then papa make this thing happen. But we get down there now cultures them. People and they in our villages, so they remember them. Their parents.
Yeah. And parents, yes.
You see, one thing you get for understand, good and bad, now we the create them, we the human beings.
Human beings, yeah.
If people then become bad, now we create the conditions for them for become bad. If people learn good, now we create the conditions for them for be good. I go tell you this, as a young man growing up, I never had a feeling that Sierra Leoneans will go to war and kill themselves. When that war started in 1991, it was like a joke. But the thing became so serious, some of we can don't ask ourselves, what's wrong with we? Country way, first day they work any hour of the night, you're not afraid for turn look behind you. Country way, you they go na patios, you meet in rest, you eat them, you're not afraid. Overnight we turn enemies. Because certain people inject the energy of enmity inside the society. Yes. We can able to reverse that. It may take time, but we have to say it not with malice, but for some let we understand, say, whatever we are doing now is not for anybody's benefit. Who benefits in Sierra Leone? Let us ask. Foreigners.
Exactly. When America says Sierra Leone has been privatized, not nationalized.
Can we continue like that?
Like that?
Can we afford the luxury of having foreigners benefit whilst our children live in squalor? It's time we wake up.
Yes.
We don't sleep for long, 60 almost years.
Let's just give one small example where I know say 98% or 99.99% of the citizens of Sierra Leone go say no. But me go say yes. Somebody can dey, not in my good books at all. But that person, if he creates something, that thing the way he creates, I no say I no like him. You don't do me bad, like how you talk, but that bad way somebody don't do you. If you say they capitalize on them all the time,
you dey kill
even
yourself.
if the post, yes, even the person they try for bring something wey for benefit you future generations, they ever see them, and go as accept them. For we not able to accept that particular individual, that profit we forget, or where others they forget, it will be very much nobody not go get them. And the change will go take place now the reverse, now the negative side of the number line.
Yeah.
Down the drain.
You know the other thing we'll get for begin to look at?
Yes, sir.
The intellectual class of Sierra Leone get for begin practice honesty.
Very good.
With dishonesty, now one of the reasons our country now they go forward. They would sit there and know something is wrong. They will prefer to keep quiet because if they get 10 cents under the table, they can meet up.
Under the table.
There are certain things. God. There are certain things. We are all human beings. I will tell you this. And because we all are human beings, nobody no big pass listening to other people. If somebody sit on a state house, things they go wrong. If una all where near them, una say, but let meet up to the party day. We go sit down, keep company, law to advise them. Everybody genuinely say, now we all depend this year. House here, so law change this, law change this, law. You know they go cause them.
No, not at all.
I swear to God,
you not go listen. You not go listen.
Yes. Listen to una. Nobody not there. Wait, guys. Hey, that man not lie. Una not talk to.
No, not lie. No,
and maybe the way una talk to her, not to for make it listen, for make it at one.
Yeah, to one. Very good.
The intellectuals of Sierra Leone then too hypocritical. And then go wait. Well, all things don't go wrong. We'll be tied, Maada be come on upon and tell you on they can't talk. When we were in power, this was that can tell some of that. Say, shut up and get out.
Very good.
Shut up. Why didn't you say it at that time? Now they can't make hypocrite.
They can't make hypocrites. I make us for big critical thinkers. Let's sit down. We think because this man is my friend, now my brother, now my relative, where they can do something, even if not bad, and for Popoam, this not the problem. We not nationalize the mind of the citizen of Sierra Leone yet.
I see other one they come, other call they come.
Okay. Okay. Okay, sir.
Right.
I don't have this to read it out.
Not anymore, other one this. Hello? Hello?
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir. How are you, sir?
Yeah, Mr. Boy, how the body, sir?
Ade.
Okay, me na by Sam, I call from New York.
Okay.
I follow the program.
Right.
Yes, sir. So he asks a question if Maada be on a blessing or on a curse.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, like me, I born just 2 years after when the war started.
Okay.
Now I born. So most of the incidents we happened during the war, get that knowledge through you, through this program, and the sources, the way you can source, where they do research. Then I follow, then I go back, I go do research for myself, try for dig, try
Okay.
for know
And
what
that's good.
happen.
That's good. That's why I'm coming here talking about these things.
Yes, sir.
Don't take my word, hook, line, and sinker. Go find out. Sometimes I lie, they lie pound.
No, sir. You do a deep research, and that
Still a
research, really help
politician.
me. No, sir. I did learn a lot from me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So as for me, I think say the question is so big, a really
It's
big.
a question for Sierra Leone to answer.
Yes, sir.
And it's a question we should not treat with malice.
I know, sir.
We for treat them with empathy for
I do,
see
sir.
the path forward. God want for show we the way forward.
Yes,
Something
sir.
and they in this life, even in your personal life, something and they before you get them, you get for suffer certain things.
Exactly.
That remolding of your character,
Yes,
now
sir.
make you understand the value of what you get.
Yes, sir.
So this man has done X number of things, where some of we not like. But do we
Yeah.
continue hating him?
No.
Will that bring the solution?
No.
Can we look at how do we change this thing? And if we find a way to change it, can we call him and say, Mister, we've seen this part. You have to go with us in this part.
Yes, sir.
Will he deny going with us?
That's cool. So my own inputs, sir, everything what you say, 100% clear. But now the fear what they don't instill, the fear.
Well, some of we not afraid though.
It's like
Some of we
as you always they say.
some of we the man are we then they call Bawote.
Exactly. As you always they say, we are people and traumatized, and even that trauma it affects who we say we the young one.
We all
I'm
even
telling
me
you,
how they
it
talk so
affects
it
we.
affects me.
So it's like that trauma they use. So anytime where somebody come out, particularly the one day within the freedom, maybe there are some people who can want come out, but that fear. And nobody know the way one sacrifice. And leadership is about sacrifice.
Well,
it's like
it's a two-way street.
Yeah.
You know what I mean by a two-way street?
Yeah.
Some of these people, where they use fear on the people, they are more traumatized than the people. I will tell you one thing today. Anybody who is elect for use force on incompetent man a coward.
Thank you, sir. Exactly.
Brave people don't use force, they use negotiation.
Yeah, exactly. Why?
And cowardice can be a product of trauma.
Yes.
Loss of self-confidence.
Yeah.
Things like that. If they put somebody in a situation where they become very reactive.
Yeah.
And in the process, they use a lot of impunity. You understand?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So these are things we need to understand. And there are ways we can get out of it. If we begin to look at these issues, we can even say, okay, why don't we have international assistance? We get psychiatrists, them what they come at Sierra Leone. Or if they're not cancer, then they do online mentoring, things like that. We could change the dynamics, the mental dynamics of the country. But whichever way we go, we have to do it, because if we don't do it, the situation they compound itself when they go into a crisis we will not think of.
Yeah. And also, Pajalo, after the war be end, because during that time they'll be small. the 2002. Is there any psychological evaluation like where the TRCB comes, because currently they read the TRC reports page by page, to make a try for understand. Even some party, why make I be download and I see and you program one thing, what it cause the war.
Online now.
Yeah, I don't download that. What it cause the war, why the war come, I even see that I even one side where Sheikh Stephen Iyon part, about this totalitarian, how we former leaders, you always they talk about that. And after the war, I don't see any section where they show say a psychological evaluation apart of the one the way them be, particularly the woman, the one the way they rape and the other casualty the way they cause to the people the way they amputate. But for we the people in self, I don't see any thorough psychological evaluation where governments be give out. I don't know if there is any documentation of
I
that.
not think there was any structured approach to that part of healing. And
Okay.
one thing I know,
Uh-huh.
because that approach was not taken, we dey still see the effect now.
Thank you, sir.
Most
And
of the
another day, me say, I
violence
be dey
and
see
wamat na society na
yes, I believe so.
post-war trauma.
Yes, and it affects you. It
It
affects
affects
you.
everybody.
Even we own parents say, they need the West now. They still get our maths.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you know, you know.
It affects everybody. I
And
don't
I
know.
believe.
I really don't understand why that was never part of the rehabilitation
Me,
process.
I don't see how the TXC
I
at
don't think.
all. And then
I think the only people that will attempt for do something like that now NGOs them with some other institutions, but officially there was no structured post-war trauma healing approach or policy. None. Until that time, the
because
money been they call Mawan Kapuyun.
exactly. And I the mistake land over there do.
Salon,
And I the
salon,
mistake,
salon. Salon
you
as
know.
Simon, the old man don't turn
Well, I believe say this, but there is a lot of work to do now, salon. The problem, the boku, because this program, the way this program they help me, Pajalo, what I don't learn, where they follow every day, I make always at the glue. So me television they wait where the notification they come. I see because what make now for me you are the get the in depth of the war. Through research where you can give. Now then we say can go at the city references there. They are they follow the references and they back. I go read some of the writers and they I go read.
all of it is being done for you people, for you the young generation.
Yes, sir.
We know one alone can pass through the troubles they will pass through. All of it is being done for you people, and I get for improve on the service as time they gone. I go even get online courses on things like ethical standards, leadership, etc., etc.
Yes, sir. Particularly leadership, sir, because some of we where they come up, we see I know some young one they are even though what they are where they still they follow the same system where they happen so the same
But that's
system.
what they know. You don't blame
You
them
see?
until you give them an alternative.
Yeah.
They would have to follow what they know.
But I believe say
We go get
conscience,
there. Now for make I able get people them, because more or less I'm doing it alone now. But with time I expect people them for come on board. Then we'll get a team, we'll go do a team for do.
Okay,
It's a long-term process, not a short-term business.
Yeah, me available anytime where you ready, even though I dey because I just graduate and not start for work it.
Okay.
Most of the time I partner by part time I dey work, but most of the time I dey now.
What do you study?
Me data science now study. I specialize
I need you.
in statistics. Yeah, okay.
I need you. Go talk backstage, yeah?
Yes, sir.
We'll talk
Okay.
backstage.
Okay, sir. Thank you
Okay,
very
thanks
much.
for calling. I
And
go
may God,
save your number and we go to
yes, sir.
talk, yeah?
Okay, sir. May God
Okay.
bless you, sir.
Right, so
You
God
do
bless you
a good
too.
job. Yes, sir.
Now we
Right.
help Salon, now we home.
Yes, sir.
I mean, although they make bad man, but me, I'm not afraid for talk to her.
That's true. You know, fine. For
If
kiddie
you
old
want
people,
to vex, if you want to glad, you
what
to be
about himself,
business.
Ajalo? You know, fine. We are all the same people. For me, and if I can see the Kquoja Sierra Leonean there, I dey feel am. I dey really feel am. Oh, he own brother, he dey hot am.
We should not be
Ah,
doing that. We should not be doing that. It's not
so for waiting
ethically
for.
good. It's not ethically and
At all.
spiritually good.
So
We
these
should
material
stop it
things.
now.
These material things now just for nothing. Look there, I mean, read just the one Wikipedia about Jamili and Shaka Stevie. Let's say Shaka Stevie. Is it? I think here in Bobo after he asked Jamili, Jamil be don't arrange for the house in London. And Jamil tell us say, "Pa, that side you know what cool." I think here one of
I
him
think
grand picking.
they say that that broke cat they kill him. You know,
Like him telling grand picking say that man they like God name they pay him. Now I say, hey God, this far. Hey, sorry, heartbreaking, really
But
heartbreaking, you
how
know.
long can we continue like this?
And I believe say that same narrative, now still the one the way they capture, now
But
still
even
the
right
so.
now, how they show, some of them
Yes,
get
I
for
believe say
lost property with power left for them. Then they will lock them.
exactly. I believe so. Now the same narrative now they use
How
that same
long
thing
can we continue with this kind of
you
way?
know,
How long?
take this, you take down the myself now, myself take down there, take down there, take down there. You want to get it done now. Oh, bro. Minimalism, you know, go just take what you able use. One get house do for you. So able self.
Anyway, it go change, it go change, it go change.
Okay, sir. Thank
It
you.
go change. The opportunities are there now for people to be less corrupt.
Yeah.
Technology don't they change the atmosphere, the dynamics. Okay, so we're going to talk later, yeah?
Okay, sir.
Or they save your number. Thanks
Okay.
for calling.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Bye.
bye. Yeah. So, fumble them. I think we've done what we have to do today. And I don't left the question give now. Let all man go do a research, let all man think over is Julius Maada Wonnie a blessing or a curse? But me the answer, una go answer them. Anyhow, una answer them, fine. Later, we will come back to them, we can discuss them. Una thank you. The new people they welcome. We talk to una, do you una subscribe to the channel? The old people them una help we for share this channel. Here it's about Sierra Leone. It's about what we should do to make a better Sierra Leone. Not about politics or politics. And I thank you for listening to we. We're going to meet again on Wednesday.
What happens when truth becomes a tool, not a right? In Sierra Leone, confusion isn't just chaos, it's strategy. When leaders deny what you live, gaslight your reality, and rewrite the past, who really holds the power? Tonight on Truth Unmasked, we expose the tactics, we name the games, we decode the lies. Don't just believe what they tell you. Ask why they want you to believe it.
Oh, no, who go speak for the voiceless? Oh, yeah. The system they're broken is lawless. Then they use the power for oppress, oppress. Mama cry for the picky where them put to rest. The streets they red like the sunset. Oh yeah. Bodies that fall, but we not forget. The women them cry, them pain at the silence. Who go fight for justice in this violence? Our leaders what the love for the nation. Why you not they bring with tribulation? Them they kill with dreams with oppression. Sierra Leone, we need salvation.